The big argument is how we buy weapons is not strictly rational. And for any of you who have been around the Department of Defense, that's like, well,
so
duh.
bad.
Like, of course. It's
So
like,
bad. Sorry.
So I think in some ways, like, that argument doesn't sound particularly novel. But despite the fact that that argument doesn't sound novel, most of the work on technology actually focuses on things that come after beliefs, like how much money did we invest? Did we build the right capacity? And so this is an argument that beliefs and identities are how we process uncertainty and how we make decisions about emerging technology. And so we argue that there are two beliefs and one really important set of identities that define how we bought technology, how we thought about the investment in these unmanned technologies. And so just to preview the argument, the number one reason why we buy some technologies over others, whether it's unmanned or manned, is service identity. So how the Air Force, the Navy, the Army views who they are, how they believe the future of war should be fought, and how their technologies, mostly manned platforms, affect that future of war. But those identities sometimes don't have a good theory about how emerging technology affect the future of war. And so we identify two beliefs that really dominated the last 30 years. And one of those is the belief in military revolutions, which comes from an office that, as of, I don't know, a week ago, no longer exists, the Office of Net Assessment. And the second
Not ready to talk about that yet.
Hold that comment. And the second big belief is casualty aversion, that the American public will only support war if it means that we don't lose American lives. And those two things, the kind of desire to use technology as a substitute for human life, and the belief that technology, the adoption of the correct technology, creates these massive revolutionary jumps in military effectiveness, are the two beliefs that best explain why we bought the types of unmanned technology that we do. But how those beliefs propagate, that's where the people and kind of this really interesting story of how people build influence inside the Pentagon comes across.